Hello, everyone. This is Susan Gerbic from the GSoW, Guerrilla Skepticism on Wikipedia project. And today I'm talking to Jelena Levin, and she is live from the UK. Tell us where you're at.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, so I'm currently based in Halifax, England, and joined GSoW team back in February 2014. So I'm very thrilled to be part of it.
You have such a cute accent.
Oh, thank you so much. I am originally from Latvia. I'm a Russian Latvian, so Russian is my first native language. But I moved to England 11 years ago and decided to join the GSoW team to help improve Wikipedia content and translate pages from and to Russian.
So you finished training with me. I trained you, correct?
You did, yes. You weren't busy back then, or maybe not as busy. I don't know. You have now people training.
No, I still do all the training. I do. I love the training. That's so much fun to see people kind of get it. Yeah, I absolutely love training. And then I put you into a team and you kind of can do your own thing. Now you're on the Russian team, obviously, but you're also on which other team?
Sagan. Whenever I can, I help translating pages. But if an opportunity comes along, I'll just jump on it and do a page in English. I don't.
So you started in 2014 and we started training. Training took you about how long?
Wow, I don't know, months. It took a few months. It was very confusing at the beginning because it helps when you understand the code behind the Wikipedia, but obviously I didn't know anything about that. I think the way you trained was very helpful because you've always said, you have to sort of look at what the other pages look like and sort of take an example and follow the steps. And also you had quite a few very helpful videos on how to do certain things that you save in forum. It was very frustrating at times because just things didn't work or whatever. Because if you don't try, obviously you don't make mistakes and then you don't succeed. But then if you come across a challenge like this, you give up. Well, that's too bad. Life is like that. So. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, once you have done something yourself and you've written the page and it's out there, it's such a satisfying thing,
So in order to finish your training, I give you a choice of, 5 or 6 pages, and I ask you to pick one page to rewrite. Most of the time, they're people that you've never heard of.
No.
And you were assigned 5 or 6 pages, and you picked one and you rewrote it. Which one was that?
Yes, that was a page for a guy called Neil Gershenfeld, and he's a pretty cool scientist guy. He is famous for Center for Bits and Atoms. He's pretty cool. He's set up some labs all over the world in like poor countries, and he introduces science to poor kids who can't afford to go to universities or schools, and it's hands-on science. It's actually, he's turned out to be a pretty fantastic guy. His Wikipedia page was very poorly written. Like, there was literally one paragraph. There was no, apart from saying that he was part of this lab and in this university, there was nothing else about him whatsoever. But he's actually been on TAM, and he met James Randi, and there were pictures and stuff. So it was like, he's part of us, basically. Part of our team.
Yeah, and I remember seeing his lecture at TAM. In fact, there was a video, and I had seen the video more than once. I was so impressed. They set up these small labs in different countries for like $500 or something like that, and they teach children how to use hands-on science using recyclable things. And he works for MIT, is that right?
Yes, he does. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, very interesting person. You finished training, and then you had never been to a skeptic event, right? And in April, I said, I'm going to be at QED in Manchester. Who else wants to go? Who's going to be there? And you were back and forth on it, I think.
Nah, there was no back and forth. I was like, yeah, I'll be there. Like, absolutely, because I don't live too far from Manchester, and we just did, and it was absolutely amazing. Just such a great event to get together, to meet new people. It was great to meet you, Susan, as well, and a few other Wikipedia editors.
Quite a few of us there.
It was, what a treat! Yeah.
And you just finished QED 2015, right?
Which was amazing.
But while we were at QED, you met someone that you were a big fan of.
Nathan Phelps, who was one of the speakers there. So yeah, I found out that he's got a page.
And we rewrote it right before QED.
I'm sure it was improved, I was going to say, yeah. But it has never been translated into Russian. Yay!
One of the joys about this project is that when I first started, I wasn't thinking, about doing Wikipedia in other languages because, I mean, that's just nuts. I mean, it's crazy to try to run a group of people in English, let alone a group in other languages. So at first I thought, okay, I'll just try to see if other people will do the same exact project in other languages. And then after a while, I said, I can do this. And so bringing in other languages is just, like I say, is nuts. I don't know of any other language, any other projects that are doing this. Certainly, it's difficult to do it on Wikipedia itself. The languages don't seem to talk to each other.
No, they don't.
Right. They just seem to be it's English only. And I think that educating the world is far too important to just keep it to English. It just really bothers me when people are just very English centric, and you're like, there are other languages out there. We kind of need to do what we can. And so you translated it into Russian.
Yeah, so we did that.
After Nathan, what did you do?
I think it was one of my goals for a long time to do Seth Andrews' page, host of the Thinking Atheist radio podcast. I've been following him for a while and been listening to his podcast, and yeah, I just couldn't believe he hasn't got a page. So I thought, well, I'm gonna make one. It's been there has been an absolute enormous debate. I don't know how many weeks it lasted. I'm sure it was probably about 2 months, if I remember correctly, from beginning to the end. And after debating it backwards and forwards with other editors, it's been deleted and sort of rejected, and for various reasons. But we still we've got the page, we've got the content of the page. We're just waiting for more sources to be added to it to be published back on Wikipedia.
But in the meantime, what happened with the page? What did you do with it?
So I have translated it into Russian, of course, like one would.
Of course. That's pretty funny. Seth Andrews has this really awesome, amazing Wikipedia page in Russian, but not in English. It's pretty funny, huh? Okay, so there's Seth Andrews. Then what?
Yep. So then, after Seth Andrews' fiasco, I have been actually approached by someone, and I thought, well, yeah, after that went so well, but I've been approached to write a page for a recovering from religion organization in America. That page was like one of the most solid pages I have ever seen. It's got amazing sources. You cannot fault it in any way. So
next, you went to?
Well, that page actually came out of QED, recent QED. There were great speakers there from all over the world, and one of the speakers was Ryan Bell, who is the guy who decided to live a year without God. The sources are very strong for Ryan, because his blog went viral and CNN got interested. And when you've got coverage in national, websites, on national websites like CNN, then you've got nothing to worry about.
So you're missing a page in there that you've done. Skeptic Society.
Yes. So before Ryan, there was a Skeptic Society page for Russian Skeptic Society. Now, Russian skeptic movement is very underrepresented in the world. So that's been translated it's been done in Russian language initially, with Svetlana and Katya, which is another trainee, and translated into English.
Leon is trying very hard to get all the pages for all skeptic groups pretty much all over Europe and beyond have their Wikipedia pages written. I think it's a massive undertaking, but he's doing a fabulous job trying to coordinate it. He wants it written in English as well as written in the native language. And oh my gosh, we could do a podcast just on all the pages he's done and all the work he's done. I'm just amazed by what Leon has pulled together.
I don't think he sleeps.
Well, yeah, we call him a vampire. He doesn't. We're not sure he sleeps. He seems to always be available anytime you ask a question. And
I know, right?
The Russian Society page isn't a very long page because I don't think they've existed more than maybe a year, but he's done quite a bit in that year.
Kirill Alfyorov, very new, and they just finding their feet.
So I really appreciate you staying up late so we can have this California and this UK interview. Only by the magic of the internet are we able to do these kinds of things. I think that the GSoW project is only something that could be done now with the technology we have now. 10 years ago, I don't think we could have done something like this. It would have been a struggle sending emails back to each other.
Yeah, my pleasure, Susan. It's a great honor to be part of this project, and it's a very fulfilling thing to be part of the community and to make a difference, however small it is, in spreading good information about good people. So yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye.
I really appreciate it. Bye now.